Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Kangaroos and wallabies. They're the two weird, hoppy mammals that are found here in Australia. And since moving here, what I've wondered, what are the differences between them? What makes a kangaroo, and what makes a wallaby? And are wallabies just a smaller species of kangaroo? So in my research, I've found there are three main differences that distinguish kangaroos from wallabies. Kangaroos and wallabies, they're both marsupials and they belong to the same scientific order, Diprotodontia. Hopefully I haven't pronounced that too badly. There's a number of Latin words in here, so hopefully I won't destroy all of them. They are also both members of the same scientific family, Macropodidae. Again, hopefully not mangled. Kangaroos, they form the genus Macropus. And wallabies, they're of the genus Notomacropus. And yes, I've checked multiple sources. That name, it's not a joke. But I think the way I'm pronouncing it is what makes it a joke. I think it should be more like Notomacropus because it's derived from Latin. But doesn't sound as funny, does it? So there are 4 main species of kangaroo. And there are 9 of wallabies. Like other marsupials, they're young, they're born as embryos, and they then crawl into a pouch where they develop, suckle, and are carried. The differences between kangaroos and wallabies, well, they're mainly driven by how they've evolved to take advantage of the landscapes in which they live. Kangaroos, they tend to live in open, treeless landscapes. Their diet, primarily, is grasses with some fruits. Wallabies, they tend to live in forested or rocky areas, and their diets are mainly leaves and also some fruit. So let's look at the main areas where they differ. The first is the height and the weight. Kangaroos, they're taller and they're heavier than wallabies. An average kangaroo can grow to be 2.4 metres and weigh 90 kilograms, whereas a wallaby, they tend to be under 1 metre and weigh less than 20 kilograms. Kangaroos, they've got a longer lower leg bone between the ankle and the knee, and this it's disproportionate to the rest of the body size. These large legs, they let the kangaroos travel efficiently on open plains, whereas with the wallabies, they're more compact legs, they're more efficient in forests and on rocky escarpments. The second difference between kangaroos and wallabies, it's down to their fur. Kangaroos, they've got fur that's muted in colour, and usually it's either brown or grey. Whereas wallabies, they've got more brightly coloured fur, and they often have 2 or 3 different colours. The next differentiator, it's the teeth. Because of the different diets, the teeth, they've evolved to fit the type of food that is generally eaten. And scientists, they are able to use fossilised teeth to identify various species. Kangaroos, their diet is mainly grasses. They've got curved teeth that allow them to slice up the stalks of grass in their mouths. Wallabies, which feed mainly on leaves, they've got flat teeth which are designed to allow them to grind up the leaves. The crowns on wallabies' teeth, they're also lower than those on the kangaroos. Wallabies, they do tend to have a single cutting tooth, which is located at the top of their mouth, just in case they need to slice whilst they're chewing. Wallabies, they also retain their premolars, whereas kangaroos, they lose theirs. The final difference, the length of life. Kangaroos, on average, can live between 20 and 25 years. For a wallaby, the average lifetime is 11 to 14 years. And here's an interesting fact to wrap up the video. Here in Australia, kangaroos outnumber people by 2 to 1, with an estimated 50 million kangaroos. Now, one of the nice things where I live, we live in the outskirts of a city, so it's quite a rural area, and we've got open land opposite our home, and we do often see kangaroos there. They do live there, and we often see them. A couple of times, we've even seen them in our front garden, which is absolutely brilliant. It's lovely to see these kangaroos, this wildlife. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Try to keep it short, but try to keep it informative. I say I'd always wondered what the differences were. Now I've got a better idea and a better feeling for it, and I can understand how these differences came about. Please drop any comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.